That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't, we
quick
can't, we
question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo. Only thing that picks me up. Hey, man, I'm feeling. I'm still on the Bow Wow performance, man. I might have to upload some Bow Wow footage on the channel, man. Shout out Bow Wow, bro. But my name is Rashad Milligan. As always, if you are new to the channel, this is the Road to 5K subs. We are talking about basketball to begin with. Just a little brief, nothing serious, just a little brief. Anyway, so let's get into it. You read the title. You already know what we are speaking about today. Here we go. The bracket. How did I go down? Oh, I guess because I picked Notre Dame. Stupid. But yeah, I went from like 84% to 79. And now I'm all the way back in the 700s, bro. Stupid. See, and it's crazy because the Final Four, you have to imagine how many people picked all number one seeds in UConn. It just seems like something so simple and so like obvious, right? Ah, stupid. Anyways, I tried to predict the unpredictable or something that's unconventional. Tried to be different. Look what being different gets you in this game. A C average. That's what being predictable, trying to be unpredictable, trying to be mysterious, trying to be gets you a C average. But yeah, tonight, let's get into the basketball, man. UConn and USC, I'll talk about that a little bit first because it's fresh on my mind, things of that sort. Man, USC, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You got to give it up for USC, bro. They showed a lot of fight over these last couple of games without Juju Watkins. I always say it when I'm speaking about USC, but a lot of the reason why they did the recruiting they did last season, off season, bringing in Kiki over there from Stanford. She was one of the top players in the country. And then recruiting like 3 5-stars in Avery Howe, Kennedy Smith, and who's the third one? But you know, they had another one. And then TVO, obviously Van Hoffen and stuff like that, who was one of the better players in the country as well, coming over for Oregon State last year. They brought in like a very, you know what I'm saying? They brought in how do you say, a super team and things of that sorts to really support Juju. And, you know, unfortunately with the loss of Juju and stuff like that, they had to like, okay, step up to what you guys were before you guys came here to the school. Hold on, let me pull up 2024 Hoop Girls. By the way, McDonald's is going on right now. Shout out to all the kids at McDonald's. I haven't really followed along too much with the class of 2025 outside of the, you know, the young women or the girls, because they're in high school. The girls that I've seen play overtime elite and things of that sort over the past couple summers. But yeah, for the most part, I'm kind of out of the loop with high school and the entire scene and stuff like that. Not how it used to be. You know, a lot of these kids that are shining now, I always shout them out. Maddie Booker and Big Foe of Coast Flage. Like, I guess I feel like my most successful take ever in the history of anything. You know, those two girls are, you know, the two of my babies. I covered them in high school. Josh Hubbard covered him in high school. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have anybody from the class of 2025 that I was like, oh yeah, I've always stuck with them through and through. Yeah, Heckle. Did I say Heckle? I don't know if I said Heckle. But Kaylee Heckle, Avery Howe. Yeah, I said Avery Howe. Okay, I said Avery Howe. I didn't say Heckle. Yeah. But Kaylee Heckle, Avery Howe, and Kennedy Smith, the 3 5-stars that were in the top 15, and then Kiki over there. They said close the doors, man. Shout out to my guy, man. What are we talking about? Shout out to Game Day Grace Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe right now to Game Day Grace Podcast, man. Hold on. Let me see. When you saying close, okay. But yeah, Game Day Grace Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast right now. The Final Four is headed down to Tampa Bay, Florida, man. Tampa, Florida. What are we talking about? Game Day Grace. Shout out to David Sheely, friend of the channel, Deacon Sheely in the building. This is the earliest stream that I've done in 2 weeks, bro. First time that I've done a stream before midnight Eastern. So yeah. Anyways, where are we going? Where are we at? USC, great fight tonight against UConn once again. And but UConn just too much going on. AZ Fudd really struggled from the field for the first 3 quarters, but hit the big shots when they mattered most in the fourth quarter. I believe she was like 0-9 going into the fourth, and then she hit a couple big shots there down the stretch to kind of help put it away, get it out of reach after USC made another push. They made a couple of push and a couple comebacks. At the beginning of the game, they took an early lead. UConn does what they do. At the end of the at the end of the first half, USC kind of a little bit. Then the third quarter, they made a huge push, cut it all the way down to 5 at the buzzer of the third quarter. And then fourth quarter, UConn just does what UConn does. Paige, she looked like she kind of like hit her wrist or hand, her left hand or her left wrist. And it looked like it was shaking her up for a little bit. She ended up finishing the game and things of that sort. But that's just something I'm looking at because, I watch a lot of Trae Young, obviously. And whenever he does something like that and he finishes the game, it's usually he's got a brace on. Afterwards, he might miss a game, the next game and things of that sort. Of course, Paige is going to miss the Final Four. She's going to play if she was in a cast and, walking around with crutches and stuff like that. She's going to throw off the crutches at the scores table and checking the game. But that's something to look out for. I hope that, she can get that recovery done, as much recovery as possible in the next 4 days, because I want a fair shot in the Final Four. Unfortunately, we lost Juju, so we didn't get that there on this side of the bracket in this region. What was this? The Birmingham? No, this wasn't Birmingham. Birmingham was over here, Texas and TCU. But in this region, we didn't get the big fair shot of Juju versus Paige and the rematch and things of that sort. So I really want that in the Final Four. I really want Paige to heal up whatever she needs, all the ailments and stuff. The biggest thing from this game was Sarah Strong, the freshman. Yo, that kid is good. A lot of times this season, a lot of fans been saying like Sarah is better than Paige and she's UConn's best player. I'm not mad at someone saying that. Now, me personally, I'm riding with Paige just because I've seen what Paige has done for the previous 4 or 5 years. But Sarah Strong is crazy, bro. What was she at, like 21 and 16 today? But she was also making pinpoint passes. She can shoot. She can score from all 3 levels. She can block, rebound, defend, all 5 positions. She's a great player, bro. She's a really great player. Has great vision. IQ is high and everything like that. She understands the game, obviously coming from a basketball household, from basketball coach parent, former WNBA MVP parent and things of that sort. So I don't know, man. Sarah Strong's got it, dude. That program is in good hands in the future. Speaking of, before we go to the other game, where do you guys think Olivia Miles is going? I don't know, man. I don't know where Olivia Miles is going, bro. Because you think about it, if she's leaving, a lot of people are saying she's leaving for a chance to win a title, right? If you're leaving for a chance to win a title before you hang it up and call it a career in college, South Carolina, I think it's already too, me personally. Now, all the South Carolina fans, y'all might be mad at me, whatever. I just think it's too crowded personally in that backcourt with South Carolina. That's kind of like one of the issues right now. Like, if Olivia Miles goes there, she kind of replaces Pow Pow and becomes like, all due respect to Pow Pow, she a more talented Pow Pow, Tahina Pow Pow. I don't know about South Carolina, bro. So now you're looking at who else? UConn. You're looking at who else? I don't know, bro. I'm looking at you in terms of like places where you can win a championship and you fit in well. Maybe perhaps Texas, you replace Rory Harmon, but then you're going to a place with Maddie Booker. She has the ball in her hands a lot. You know what I'm saying? Where is a championship level team for next season, right? That doesn't have a best player, that doesn't have the ball in their hands all the time. I don't know. I don't know one team that is contending for a championship next season. You think about LSU, they got Flau'jae. You think about South Carolina, Raven Johnson, Malaysia Fulwiley, Tessa Johnson, who else they got in the backcourt? They got a crowded backcourt over there in South Carolina. So you're looking at the same kind of issues they're having right now when you're like, why isn't Lay playing? Why? We don't need that with Olivia Miles. UConn. I think UConn's the only one that is going to be a top of the line national championship contending team with a lot of returners that doesn't have a player that's a primary player that's going to be the primary ball handler. You look at UCLA, okay, Kiki Rice, she's going to have to play alongside Kiki Rice, and Kiki Rice is going to have to take a lesser role, a smaller role and stuff like that. Is she going to? No. Let's go back to the bracket and see like any other teams with this up there. Iowa, no. I think that's a downgrade from Notre Dame. TCU, Sedona Prince is going to be gone. So who's like your kind of 1-2 punch? Kansas State, Ioka Lee's gone, right? Duke, maybe? Ooh. Duke? What y'all thinking? How y'all feel about Olivia Miles to Duke, bro? I'm just coming up with schools. I ain't talked to nobody. I ain't got no sources, obviously. With this situation, I ain't talked to nobody within the industry. This is just me just speculating. What y'all think about Olivia Miles to Duke, bro? That might be a school. That might just be a school, man. Get some training from Carol Lawson for a season. I don't know. That might be something. Man. Alabama, obviously, they're going to have like kind of a big old wipe out there. No more Sarah Ashley Barker, no more Zay Green. That'll be something to look at. I'm just looking at the bracket right now. Maybe Ole Miss. Yeah, Ole Miss, but would she be the player to get Ole Miss over that hump, over that Sweet 16, Elite 8 hump that Coach Yo, she usually gets them to the second round. She got them to the Sweet 16 this year. There's a couple schools, boy. It's just a couple schools. Baylor. Nikki Collin runs a smooth ship, sailing ship down there in Texas. It could be Baylor, man. I'm looking at Baylor. Not Harvard. All due respect to Harvard. All due respect to Michigan State. Michigan State usually has some good recruits coming in, bro. Michigan has a couple of recruits coming in. Now, that is someone that I've like reported on and followed and stuff in the class of 2025. The homegirl from Oklahoma that's coming into Baylor. I mean, not Baylor, Michigan. I have Baylor on my mind. Where are we at? Who else? I don't know. I honestly don't know, bro. Maryland to team up and be the Goggle sisters, the Splash Goggles, the Goggle duo. I don't know. I try to with Cheyenne Sellers. Could that be something? Cheyenne Sellers had the ball in her hands too much. See, this is the thing. If you're leaving Notre Dame, I feel like with this decision, she made this decision knowing a program she wanted to go to. Like she had to. Because she was guaranteed top 3 pick in the WNBA, right? She had to know if I go in a transfer portal, it's because I know a place that I could go to where it'll be an ideal situation for me. Because if you're leaving Notre Dame because you're frustrated of sharing the ball with Hannah Hidalgo, literally every top team has a player that is the primary ball handler. You're going to have to share it. Unless you just want to go somewhere where you'll be the star and I'm saying you guys lose a few games and you finish in the first or second round. But I don't see the point in doing that. NC State, this is another NC State's a team that's going to get wiped out. I don't know. I don't know where she goes. I don't know where she goes. Let me see what Twitter is saying. I'm going to see what Twitter is saying, guys. And then we will move on to the next topic. All right, Olivia Miles. Let me see. Olivia Miles, transfer portal. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Chris. Olivia Miles of Notre Dame is playing perfectly. Get that NIL bag, which will be way more than a WNBA rookie contract. And by waiting a year, the WNBA will have a new CBA, which will likely increase WNBA rookie deals when she comes out. All right, let me see. Told you. She said she would eat at Maryland. So she wants to see her at Maryland. Where are we at, man? Where are we going? I'm gonna call David when I get to Buddy. Olivia Miles want to be Chicago Sky so bad. Don't let Olivia Miles. TCU are front runners. See now this page, I looked on this page and they were reporting stuff earlier, but they were reporting it later than other people were reporting it. So that's something. That's something. Also, I felt bad for Tanaya Latson with this because it was like, dang, Tanaya Latson was probably just getting her attention. And now, like, she's no longer the biggest kind of thing or whatever in the space. Need to know why is she leaving Notre Dame. Let me see. I think Angel said on our podcast 2026 rookies get a new TV deal. Okay, not new info. So it could be the reason, but if that was the issue, she could have said that a long time ago. She was returning. Facts. It's crazy. Yeah. I see UConn. I see Duke. Who else? Yeah, I just see UConn and Duke for real. UConn, Duke. I know people are talking about Maryland, maybe Maryland, I guess. I'll say Maryland because everybody else is saying Maryland. All right. That's wild. LSU? I can't see her going to LSU, bro. Because Flage literally said she was like when she was making her decision to go to the WNBA or to go to the WNBA or come back to LSU, she said she wanted her own national title. I guess that was kind of insinuating that her national title, she felt like it was Angel Reese's. Like people will associate that national championship with Angel Reese instead of her. So that would be something. And she's right. She's right. So I mean, hey, if that's what she want to do, that's a winner's mentality. I respect it, bro. Shout out to Big Four. What is we talking? I'm the greatest. I'm the sending the hand and hating. What are we talking about? Texas. Is there anything I want to speak about with this game? Yeah. TCU just ran out of gas. Sedona Prince, where did she go? She disappeared under the bright lights. Sedona Prince, 26 years old, 8th year in college. Disappeared in the biggest game of her college career to this point, right? Because they were supposed to win it all with Oregon, right? Well, I don't even know if she was at Oregon at the time. That was the year after in the bubble, things of that sort. But yeah, anyways, let's look at these games. Texas is looking better than South Carolina right now in the tournament, but for the sake of my bracket, please South Carolina just win. And then UConn, I think UConn can get it done against UCLA. They kind of look the same the last couple of rounds, UConn, of letting the teams take the lead at the beginning, and then right after that, flipping around, things of that sort, and flipping the script. So, yeah, there's that. And now the moment that you all have been waiting for. I'm gonna call David and see if he's tuned in. But before we go here. You all subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is the road to 5K subs, man. My name is Rashad Milligan. And yeah, I'm gonna let him know I'm on stream. He should know though. Oh, he might be at work. Nah, getting aired on stream is crazy, David. Anyways, all right, let me get into this Marvin Sapp thing, man. Close the doors, bro. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors, ushers. All right, let's get into
That's the narrative that has been shared, that lock folks up in my church, that, I made them give $40,000 and I wouldn't allow them to leave until they gave it to me. And to be honest with you, that is absolutely false.
Yeah.
Number one, that offering was taken last year. This was a service that happened last August. Number two, it didn't happen at my local church. It actually happened at a national organization's international meeting where churches from all over the country, all over the world came together for the purpose of celebrating the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. People took issue with me saying, shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors.
Yeah.
I said shut the doors.
Buddy, save it for the here's one thing about it. Here's one thing about it, buddy. Hold on. How I get the regular view? Hold on. Let me get the regular view, because folks gotta see this. Man, what is we talking about? How you get this thing? Man, come on, dog. Oh, solo. There it is. All right, here's the thing, buddy. See, with certain people, you might be able to speak intelligently, speak elaborately enough, diligently enough to fool them. You can't fool me. I'm sorry, I ain't going for that. And I'm sure the people in this comment section ain't going to go for that either. Let's get back into it. I didn't say lock the doors. I said close the doors. I said shut the doors.
Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and out.
They've
taken.
Jeez Louise, man. Shout out to Ricky Smiley, man. Shout out to Head Crack. Rest in peace, Miss Juicy.
Issue with my tone. And I can honestly say, looking at the video, maybe I was a little more assertive than I should have been. And I can apologize for that. But three things I need to make sure that people understood. Number one, the $40,000, if it was $40,000 that was raised, was never given to me. That money was raised for the purpose of taking care of the budget for their conference, not Marvin Sapp. Number two, it didn't happen at my church. It happened in Baltimore. Number three, people take issue with me being firm with the ushers. Anybody that goes to church, ushers one-on-one, that's the first thing they teach you as being an usher, is that there are 3 times you don't walk. You don't walk during the altar call. You don't walk during prayer. You don't walk during the offering. One of the reasons being is because of the sacredness of the moment. But it's also about security. As a pastor, we understand and we know that churches are being robbed at gunpoint. It's happening all over the country. This is not something I'm making up. This is fact.
Shut the doors.
So if you got 5,000 people in the room, you want the doors closed. You don't want the doors locked. I couldn't get them locked anyway. It's a convention center, but the doors needed to be closed. And there was a lot of pandemonium and stuff that was going on out there. But I wanted to share that first. But that ain't even the reason why I'm here. Here's the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is because what has happened is people have taken clickbait and made something out of it that it isn't. And because of that, my church has been getting phone calls. People have called my church and cussed me out. My staff are afraid because I've received death threats over $20 and shut the door.
All right, bro. See, once again, you might be able to fool them. Hold on. I don't know why it keeps doing this every time. See, close the door, shut the doors. You might be able to fool them. You cannot fool me. You cannot pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
People have come to our campus. They have come to my church to try to cause problems.
He's being intentionally dense right now. Like, it's like, I don't know how you don't see the issue of what you said. And just to say, like, I might have been a little more aggressive than I should have been. But this is real. And yo, I'm not going to lie. I rock where Marvin Sapp got classics. Timeless music that will never go away. Never. generations and our kids gonna be, he saw the best in me. Timeless classics. I salute Marvin Sapp for everything he's done. He done turned Never Would Have Made It everything to a book, to a movie, to a documentary, to this, to that, to that. He's funny. He's got good personality, great presence on the da-da-da-da-da-da. Right here. And with the thing that went viral with the clip that he said was taken out of context and that was clickbait, he's showing signs and things and patterns and everything whoop of a narcissist. And I know that's one of the internet's favorite words and everything, and people overuse it too much and they don't really know what it means, but he's really showing narcissistic behavior and mindset and thinking and things of that sort with these two situations, with the initial viral situation and the explanation for it. You have to hold yourself accountable and say, I messed up. This is crazy. This is that. This is that. You still up here talking about y'all doing this over $20. Y'all doing this over because I said shut the doors. Now you gonna throw my man. How about you say in the Bible this is this and that? Jesus don't call for this, and what I did wasn't. But instead, you well, see the reason why I did this, and it wasn't even that bad. Could I have done it better? Yes. But I said, man, what are we talking about, bro? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm very disappointed, bro. I'm very just to keep it a bean. I'm disappointed in Marvin Sapp, bro. I'm honestly disappointed, bro. Because it's like, if this happened last August, you probably had some people talk about it then. Oh, shut the door. They was probably making jokes or whatever behind or whatever after that. So for that to be last August, that's 4 months. And then, so that's nearly 8 months ago. Okay. Nearly 8 months ago, you had to come up with some reasoning. Thing went viral last week. So you probably had about 5, 6, 7 days to come up with, hey, stop threatening us. We made a mistake. The Bible says this and that. That wasn't very godly of me. That wasn't this and that. I know people already had an intense and weird relationship with mega churches and celebrities within the Christian and faith-based space and things of that. And I didn't know helping and kind to repair that relationship with the public and our image and the thing that we project as the biggest lights of God to the world and to the masses and to the mainstream media and things of that sort. I didn't do my job. I apologize, but please stop with the threats to the staff members and people of my church because they have nothing to do with it. They didn't say that. I said it. So if you come after anyone, come after me. And please don't come after me because I said I'm sorry. I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me and things of that sort of these are Christ. Come with a Bible verse, something. Oh man, see what happened was this is clickbait. This is the people just won't click and they just want money. And this won't even what I said. What I said was not lock the doors, shut the doors.
Issues, challenges. And again, my children, I don't look at comments. We was talking about this. I don't read comments. When you got millions of followers, you ain't got time to be reading all that.
You don't read comments. So you on here defending a whole 30-second clip, but you ain't read no comments. How you know people even mad? I mean, outside of the people that's calling the church and things of that sort, how do you know people are mad if you don't read no comments? You ain't got time to read comments, but Kevin Durant does. Kevin Durant is, hold on, let me pull it up now. Kevin Durant is 8th all time in NBA history in scoring. You telling me that you have less free time than Kevin Durant and he a top 10 scorer in NBA history?
The comments, you just don't have it.
So Drake got time to read comments, but Marvin Sapp got it.
Right. My children do. And they are afraid. And the reason being is because I'm their only parent. I'm a widower. They're afraid for my safety. So now we've had to.
And sorry once again for the loss of your wife. I'm so sorry, Marvin Sapp. Pray for the family and the grieves and the children and everything like that. Sorry.
Update and increase.
That does not give you an excuse to act like this, but we're gonna continue.
Security and all the things I've never had to do before because of the vitriol and the anger that people have shown, the things that they've said in my thread and stuff. And all of this is because of a misunderstanding. And I'm not blaming people. Let me be clear. I'm not blaming anybody because of their misunderstanding. I'm just saying in all you're getting, get an understanding. And if I'm sharing with you that the $40,000 that I was trying to raise, and again, I don't know if the organization got 40, 10, 20, any of it. I don't know. I'm hoping that I actually raised more money so that I can help the organization that has been such a great support to me. These people.
And again, let's be clear.
Shout out Ricky Smiley once again. Amazing job. Sensational job getting him in studio to even speak about this, everything like that.
Been such a great support to me. These people.
And again, let's be clear. Not a dime of that money.
Not a dime of that money came to me. Not a dime of it.
And where did your money come from?
I've been blessed. I've been extremely blessed. I've sold millions of records. Millions. I'm a songwriter.
So there it is. There it is. Marvin Sapp on Ricky Smiley. Salute to Ricky Smiley, legend in the game. Prayers up to him, who's also, you know what I'm saying, constantly dealing with what he's dealing with and things of that sort. Love Ricky Smiley. Grew up listening to Ricky Smiley, everything like that. Staple in black households and black car rides to the bus stop, black car rides to school when you missed the bus. Your mom was mad at you. She had to drive. Love you, Mom, if you're watching this. All right. Moving on now. From the church to the streets. You might think that it's not that big of a difference when the church is holding people hostage and telling them to close the doors or shut the doors, excuse me. Not lock the doors. Shut the doors until we get this 40,000. Everybody get the $20 out. Bring your pocketbooks out right now. Make sure you got a pen. Ushers, if they don't have a pen, make sure you pass around the pens. Make sure y'all scan the QR code if you're giving via cell phone or app. But let's get into this young Scooter, man. This is the 911 call. Like I said, originally, I did not know about this young Scooter report because the rumors lined up with something that actually happened that was reported by a Fox 5 reporter. And so the police conference made no sense because it didn't line up with what the people were saying, with the rumors and plus the Fox 5 report that it actually happened with proof that it actually happened. So with that being said, I guess this 911 report is confirming that what the police said, it was closer to what the police said as opposed to what the rumors were and what Fox 5 originally reported. I know I said that 10 times in a row. If you're sticking around, I appreciate you so much. You're so patient. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right.
Atlanta 911 operator 8715. What is the location of your emergency?
The location is 27. With the transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye.
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you to Cab. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both. If you could say both. There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house. And
What's your name?
I'm sorry. What is my name?
Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding the guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's like the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt,
And
and
they're
that's why
coming
I
from
say
273 William Nye Drive?
that's not yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Okay. Give me one moment.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Okay, you said the female is naked?
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay. Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low
Is
haircut.
he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
What? Okay. And you said she's naked. Okay, give me one.
I'm trying to think of how she like. So she just knows all this stuff, like because she said she the neighborhood watch. So it's like you know all these details and all this stuff that's going on, and like I don't know, bro. I don't know.
A moment, let me get EMS on the line.
Okay.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Hey, Grady, it's Atlanta with a transfer to callers if I was in 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast. Let me give you a little bit about what's going on at this location. There's a male at the location that's fighting a female. She is naked. A shooting, shots were fired. About 3 shots were fired.
Second. Repeat the address for me.
273 William Nye, NYE Drive, Southeast.
Oh, okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Go ahead, call her and let her know what happened.
Hello.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. There is like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
There's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage. And then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Atlanta, what's your operator number?
8715.
And do you already have PD en route?
PD has been notified and it's being started.
Okay, stand by for
What's
fire.
your operator? You want fire?
Stand by. I'm not sure if the protocol's been requested.
Okay.
Ma'am, are you with the patient now?
No, I'm a neighborhood watch. I'm just literally a neighborhood watch. I'm not in the house.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, no problem. About how old do you think she is?
She has to be about maybe, she looks a little underage, but I don't want to say that. Looks could be deceiving. So she's roughly, I'll say let's just say between 18 and 21. Somewhere between those. That.
Is she awake?
What do you mean is she awake? He's beating her bloody.
Conscious?
He's beating her bloody. He's dragged her back in the house.
Is she breathing?
Ma'am, he dragged her back in the house.
Okay, I understand that. I'm going to ask you some more questions. I understand you're not able to see what exactly is going on now, but just answer the questions to the best of your ability.
Okay.
Were any weapons involved?
Everyone in the house has weapons.
Okay.
The 7 guys that live there, they're roommates or something like that. I don't know if all 7 live there, but it's typically about the same amount that's there every day.
Okay. Is there any serious bleeding?
she's bleeding from her face, like the whole front of her face. She's bleeding profusely, and then there's a
Okay.
child involved.
Okay, is she responding normally?
Are you serious, ma'am?
Yes, I'm serious. I need to know for the paramedics if she's completely alert.
How can I assess if she is alert if I just told you they dragged her back in the house?
So like I've asked earlier, just answer to the best of your ability.
She was breathing when she was outside trying to get away.
Hello, caller. If you don't know, you can just say unknown. That'll
Okay.
suffice. Okay.
Okay.
Is she having any difficulty breathing?
I don't know.
Thank you for that. Atlanta's not requesting for fire to go out there.
Okay, we do have PD started to this location. 2 officers are en route.
I'm clear on 2 officers en route. Thank you.
All right, Atlanta is disconnecting. All right, thank you, caller.
Okay, ma'am, I'm sending the paramedics to help.
All right, man. Whew, that's some heavy stuff. Regardless of like, because I know some people was like, some woman called and it wasn't even true, and this and that. She just made up a story, this and that. Regardless of if that's the case or whatever is the case and things that I'm sure we're gonna learn more and more as time goes on. I think as of right now, I think the lesson, really, the story is, one of the stories is like, y'all gotta be smart, bro. Y'all gotta be smart. Y'all gotta move cautious. Y'all gotta just be alert. Like, just know what's going on, man. Know what's at stake. All that stuff. You have to know. This is his 39th birthday. Your 39th birthday party. According to this call, it's a bunch of dudes in the house. Bunch of, you know what I'm saying, woo, you know, firearm, whatever, woo. And a woman in the house that might or might not have had clothes on, and arguing and guns and this and that, all that's involved, and fighting the girl, beating up the girl, whether she was trying to run off with some or whatever the case might have been. You do not need to be around all that drama, bro, especially at 39. So whatever his business was his business and things of that sort. We don't know the full story. We don't know what's going on. But like I said, with Marvin Sapp, I was disappointed to hear Marvin Sapp sing everything like that. I'm disappointed to hear like Scooter, like this is how he went out. A real legend, real someone who's like a staple and just the culture and everything like that. This the way he went out is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a lesson, a teachable moment of like, be smart, bro. Move smart. Move cautious. Know what's going on, everything like that. I want to see what the comments are talking about. Atlanta police claim they are currently trying to identify the woman that called them. So did the other girl, did she do the thing? Police are seeking help to identify a woman's voice in a 911 call related to young Scooter, according to police. Scooter, whose legal name is Kenneth Bailey, Friday, after injuries to his leg caused serious bleeding from running from the officers who responded to a home in Lakewood Heights. On Friday, officers responded to a call on William Nye Drive, Southeast, about a dispute involving a weapon and reports of a woman being dragged into a home. However, Atlanta police say they can never confirm these reports once on the scene. That's what I was thinking. Like, they didn't speak about this, bro. Like, in the press conference, they didn't give an update on how the woman that was reported to being beaten and everything like that. They didn't report that. So there was no woman being beaten or anything. Then it was just like, I guess the woman calling police might have been mad or upset that Scooter was living there, and it might have been loud in the house because they were celebrating his birthday, and she seen him, you know what I'm saying, potentially have, you know what I'm saying, defense instruments or things of that sort. I'm trying to go around the speech of what I can say on YouTube. But yeah, like he had defense artillery or anything like that on him before, or maybe she just straight up just profiled the dude. Thought he had it on him. And so then is loud music because they celebrating his birthday in the house, and she's sped up with it. So she called the police, come up with a story, and hurry up, y'all, come up with this whole thing that didn't even happen. That would be terrible. That'd be terrible, bro. But either way, Scooter ends up running, and what happened. However, Atlanta police say they never confirmed those reports once on the scene. That's terrible. And a newly released 911 call, an unidentified woman who claims to be with the neighborhood watch is heard providing officers with the information. Another thing is, like, there's no sound. Like, there's no, like, yelling. There's no, like, shots. There's no, like, nothing. It's just quiet. About men in the house and a woman who tried to escape before being dragged back into the house. The caller also alleges that a child might be involved, mentioning a baby in the woman's hands. Swatting laws passed in Georgia last July. This is how much time that lady is facing if APD can find her. 5 years in prison. Swatting is now a felony offense in Georgia, punishable up to 5. Dang, that's crazy. Because streamers get swatted all the time. And you know who lives in Georgia? Kai Cenat and AMP. You swat Kai Cenat, you going to prison, my boy. You going to prison. So she lied. So you telling me she put out a fake report? They pull up the scooter, don't know what's going on, and he tries to flee. He dies in the process. Facts. If that's what happened. Dispatch workers are too detached from the situations. 100%. How exactly she knows 7 people living in that house? This ain't right. That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, she was just saying too much. Like, it was like, it's 7 people in the house. I think they're doing this because it was too many details if you're not in a house. And then she said in this house at some point. I don't know. Should have known it was a lie. She sounded way too relaxed. And that's if she shouldn't have ran. If he had a gun or whatever. Nah, facts, bro. Facts, bro. Man, what if Scooter got a record, right? And he got, you know what I'm saying, pieces on him for his safety, for his defense. And you pull up, if they SWAT in the house and they see, man, and you the man who made a whole career rapping for a whole decade about you selling drugs and you having different names in it, man, you were cooked. Buddy is cooked. And he probably already paranoid from all the rappers and stuff that was happening in Atlanta with obviously YSL is the biggest one, but like the kind of rumors of stuff that was going on with 4PF and Lil Baby and things of that sort, everything, man. Come on, bro. Should have known it was a lie. Facts. I don't blame Scooter for running, but it's like it's terrible, bro. She did this out of jealousy. She better stay safe out here. She's got to be fat and ugly. Okay, bro. She said everything to get the hooks involved. RP Scooter. Boy, ain't no way. RP Scooter. See why I treat women well. It's crazy. Karma's real, though. Truthfully, being honest, she must have been telling the truth, because if not, why he run from them? He like I said, if he had anything in that house that he was not supposed to have as a registered convicted felon, whatever the case might be, Buddy was done, bro. Buddy was done. That's why he was running. That's why he was running. But at the same time, if she wasn't lying about anything, if Buddy or his friends or anybody was really whooping on a woman and things of that sort, that obviously ain't cool. I don't stand for that. Nothing like that. Anything like that, I don't stand for that. If it was true, if any of that was true, especially the abusing woman part, I don't get down with that at all. But it's just too many. It's still skeptical to me. Like, we still don't know nothing. Like, I thought, if anything, the only thing that I learned is that it did not, in fact, happen at the Sweet Food Lounge. That was a whole nother person and a whole nother situation. So, and I guess it's been confirmed that, the leg thing and all of that was true. That we have anything from the coroner's office or anything, or Fulton County did they have an autopsy done and say it was a busted? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's the main thing we learned, that it was in fact in the neighborhood and stuff like that, like what the police were saying. And it wasn't at Sweet Food Lounge. What we don't know is still like what happened. We still don't know what happened. So there's that. If y'all have any theories or anything, feel free to drop them in the comments and y'all discuss that amongst each other. As always, man, my name is Rashad Milligan. You guys have a great night, a great evening, a great morning, a great afternoon whenever you're watching this. And I hope this was a beautiful distraction from whatever might be stressing you out right now. Until next time, peace. Take care of your.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, you want one quick question?
Hey, Rashad.